Demon Performance Center, your trusted transformation experts. Visit www.demonperformancecenter.co.uk today or call now.
Right. These Revo knuckles. You saw me last night. They were in stripped and they've been blasted. Easy was blasting these for me, and then I put some of the this magic rust killing stuff. So you can actually see now that they're not shiny. They're sort of quite purpley, really, is the colour. So it's good. It's, you know, it's put a coating on here now, which is, it's sealed everything. If I not put this coating on last night, and even if I left it in this booth, which is, you know, in all fairness, it's quite nice in this booth, it doesn't get any damp or anything. The actual workshop itself's quite good. It doesn't get damp. These would be black with the corrosion already on it. So it really does it wonders, this spray. We put it on and it stops them from rusting, kills any little bits what are in the little sort of casting marks, which we can't obviously always get every little bit out. They've been fully stripped. Obviously you're in bits. So these have been fully serviced now, so I won't move them around. Obviously they're on the stand ready to go. So literally these have been fully serviced. They're all nice, so that, you know, if you do seize up these, you know, they have an issue with them where sometimes you get them and you're like, and you can think, God, how's this carbon steering? Because don't forget, on this and a Mk2 Focus RS, what differs from, say, an ST Mark II is the strut, obviously conventional McPherson strut with a top mount which turns. Now, on a Mk2 Focus RS, it actually doesn't. So that top mount, you don't really need that top mount bearing, really, because it doesn't actually turn on that. It turns on this Revo knuckle. So you believe it, you know, a lot of these I stripped down, and a lot of them are seized. So it's worth doing it. We do this as an extra because the simple reason is quite a lot of work involved with stripping it all down, rebuilding them, blasting them, spraying them, refitting them back to the car. So anyway, that's on the arse fit now. So once I get the paint going in a bit, I can spin these round, get in all the little bits and nuts and crannies. Usual epoxy I'm going to be using on this. So I'll be using some epoxy, obviously primer, and then some top coat. I tried to get quite a few coats on this because when it being cast, it's one of the hardest things to keep corrosion away. I talk about this stuff all the time, but I actually have stuff, you know, on test all the time. So I'll test a new product and literally I'll leave it outside and, you know, I'll mark it up what it is. Sometimes I'm planning, I've got another bit at the minute which it's gonna look a bit odd, but I need to sort of trying to strap it to underneath of my Connect van, so it's getting all the weather and stuff, just to make sure things are lasting as long as they can. So yeah, so anyway, we got this painted now. I'll not talk on this one as I'm doing it. I don't know if I tried to talk through what I was doing on the last one. I don't even know if it was coming out or not. And you'll dare say I've said this for nothing if you don't hear me talking on the shockers. But anyway, let's crack on with these.
When you put your hand in my jacket, I'm thinking so irrational. You flew me international now. And we can spend hours reading the signals, but that's so unoriginal. What if we took this back to my house? Under all these lights, I gotta take a minute to calm down. But I feel like if I told you I was ready right this minute, do you think that it would turn you on? I just feel like you need to know. If I told you I was ready right this minute, would you just run off and tell someone? I just feel like you need to know. I don't wanna feel like we're wasting time. Tell me, should I go and call up a taxi? We can make out for a play in the backseat. Please tell me now how that all sounds. You can sleep in while I make breakfast, watch cartoons and talk about exes. And if you're happy, stick around. I just feel like this is worth the risk. I never felt a fire like this. If I told you I was ready right this minute, do you think that it would turn you on? I just feel like you need to know. If I told you I was ready right this minute, would you just run off and tell someone? I just feel like you need to know. Right here, right now, we're running out of things to talk about. Right here, right now, I'm about to let the truth come out. If I told you I was ready right this minute, do you think that it would turn you on? You tell me now. If I told you I was ready right this minute, would you just run off and tell someone? Keep my feet on the ground. If I told you I was ready right this minute, I just wanna go and lay you down. I just feel like it's clean. If I told you I was ready.
Yo, how you doing, guys? I've nowhere to put remote. There's no pockets, you see, of these things. Well, I kind of look kind of funky. I thought, well, just look like a proper painter tonight, like, you know. Yeah, we're looking good. Anyway, so back to this. So you can see we've done all the preps on it now, we're ready to sort of go. I'm going to blow in all these little areas, keeping this original stuff, the usual thing, you know, my little fashion out I try to keep now. So all this black stuff is all the areas where we've ground up, where there's a rust, ground it flat, and then we've sprayed. And then that, obviously there's traces of rust there, so that's why it's gone black. That's what it does, this stuff. So all these little black bits, which they weren't black before, when the last time I showed you, they are black now. It's a good thing. So it's locking in anything that's in there. So when we're doing our paint, no, I ain't going to film, you know, I'm going to film me painting this tonight. The basic, you know, the reason being, it's now like getting on for 8:30. It'll take me a couple of hours to get this painted. I did plan to finish at 10, but it ain't going to happen. So I'm going to paint this. Also, for a go home, we've got a Fiesta in for a timing belt and service tomorrow. So I need to pop that on the ramp, need to get the oils out of it, and need to get the coolants out of it. So there's a lot to be done yet. So you've seen me do it before and walk around, spray things, little banners going around, you know, epoxy primer, blah, 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 all this stuff. So, yeah, you guys, I'm afraid you're going to have to go tonight. Yeah, go listen to Classic FM or something like that, because, yeah, you're not watching this tonight. But what I will do, when I've done it, I'll show you and see, you can see what we've done. So we'll transform it into, I mean, it looks better already, it doesn't really. These black dots, it's like, it's got the black depth on it, but yeah, it'll be nice tomorrow. Trust me, I'll do your video and then it's going to look great. Now, Bob, out, no, out. Right, I'll let you back in now. Come on, let's have a look. You're welcome now. Okay, so we got this painted. Like I said, I had to stay late to get this done. It was actually later than planned. It takes ages painting this. You know, you constantly got the mask on for ages. It just literally you don't take it off. You just put in one coat on. You mix it and you straighten another one. You straighten another one. So you end up being about 2.5 hours painting this. You won't believe how long it takes. I mean, when I speed these things up on the video, it's like, you know, it looks like, yeah, you probably took 5 minutes of your time. You think, well, boring. It's, you know, it's over 2 hours for me, this. So anyway, you can see it looks great now. So this painted it in. We've used the usual. So I've used some zinc first, and then I used some adhesion promoter first. Then I used some zinc primer, then some epoxy primer. Then I've gone over an epoxy top coat, and then I've flashed some green around. So yeah. So a bit of green, a bit of pearl on the top of that. We've done all down these rails, because you saw all this rust all there. It was all here, all round here, rear rails. It was just bits of rust all up behind the arches, the carpet wheel arch liners. What I've done, because obviously with the carpet, and like I said to you before, the screw heads, when you push that metal clip on it, in the carpet, it just sits in them, you know, in the screw part of the thread, holds the water, rust. So again, all them areas, they've all been sort of cleaned up, done. You know, really, it's had a brush prime around it, and then I've literally put the thingy on the top. So I've put the sealer, so the spray sealer on the top of that to hopefully seal all them. So again, and it's going to get a good waxing. So next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wax all this now, built hammer on this, because on the greens, different colours. So I use a clear wax, say on white cars, for instance, because if you put the sort of built hammer on it, it doesn't look very good. So you want the clear wax on that. This on the green, it's very green. It is, when you do this colour, it's very green. You sort of do it and you think, wow, it's in your face. It just looks kind of different. It's hard to sort of match it how it come out of the factory. But when I put the built hammer on the top of this, it, you know, and it dries, it looks dead right. So that's the next mission. I'm literally going to whack it over with some built hammer now, and then it's going to start assembling it. So we'll see you on the assembling bit, and things will start coming together. Now, this is one I see a lot of, guys, when these home restorations, you might want to take this on board. So this is the rear hub. Obviously it's cast, it's been powder coated. The powder coaters have masked this area. They tend to sort of mask this for me. They don't mask that, they don't mask that, and don't mask these bits, which is not a problem. I get that. They don't know where it fits. But I've seen so many people like doing home restorations and fitting these things. Like, I've had this before where I've seen them, and this bit's been powder coated here, and actually bolting the rear hub to this. Now, the thing with powder, it's not even. So all this edge is here, it will move. And you learn from your mistakes over the years. I marked ones years ago, just have an issue, come back, the cars, bolting them all up and stuff, and then it would be 12 months after, and then, you know, we'd have the car, was not quite right. We found the steering racks loose on them. A lot of things are learned from mistakes, like, you know, and it's because of the force with them, especially on brakes. I've seen it before. I even had a car once, so someone that's done you know, their own restoration on, and when we were at Crewe, we were out, literally logging the vehicle, going down the road, and the rear bolt came out of the rear caliper, out the carrier, and it literally flipped, jammed into the wheel, and locked the back wheel up, and wasn't breaking the speeding limit, like, because it was a 100-mile-an-hour zone, but I was doing like 90 mile an hour and locked the back wheel up. Hence, needed a new wheel because it cut through the wheel and new tyre. So anyway, the owner, if he's watching the video, will remember that moment, but I'm not going to say who it was. Anyway, so yeah, what I've got to do here, I'm going to give this a quick sand. These areas, brake caliper mounts on both sides, where the bolt sits, the head there, and here, where the rear drop link is, suspension arm, and then the trailing arm here. Because if you bolted these on the rear shocker, if you bolted these on, literally within no time, this will come loose. So it's a thing what we always do. It seems like a small thing to show you, but it's such an important thing, especially when I had the experience what I had a long time ago. So anyway, let's find a sand it. You have to bear with me, sorry, my airline needs trimming off, it's leaking, it's quite annoying. And if you've got tinnitus, I have to wear these. You guys are all right. Take it you haven't got tinnitus, you guys, so. And of course, get yourself a tap and run through all these here, all these threads, cleaning out any powder coat what's in them. As long as you don't want to get to the last thing you're bolting on. Make sure they're all nice and clean. Just think, if you watch all my videos, you'll get all my little tips, and then you'll be able to become a restoration specialist yourself. All these little secrets, it's took me bloody years to do and work out. You can all get it in a few 20 minutes episodes. No, there's no money in it. The hours that goes in it. That's why I'm here doing 13-hour days every day. Just 1 second, Ant. Right, so that's all I'm cleaned out now. A good blow. Hold on, quite missed bit. Now we're done. Now we're ready for the fitting for the car. Aye. Look at these little turkey twizzlers. So that's them shockers which you saw me painting early on in the video. They look like brand new. Really good. So they've come out nice. Have my mucky prints on them, but it'll get a big wipe down after. So we're getting near finished on the back now. Bottom a few last pieces on here, like the shockers, roll bar, them rear arms. Got to push the bushes in. You can see the level, like, you know, the top mount of this shocker. What I've had to do with that, like, you know, put it in the vapor blaster, blast all that. Even this wheel bearing, you can see here in the back, that isn't actually new. That's the original bearings, and you know, they were just like thick rust. Even, you know, I could just bolt that on, really, to be honest with you. I could put that on the car and put the disc on it. You wouldn't know any different, but I wouldn't sleep at night. So it's like this. Even though it's clean now, it's nice. So I know it's right. Someone strips it down, you know it's right, and that's the way I like to work. So yeah, I've just literally last couple of bits on there on the back end. I've been sort of painting, done a still on the ST150 in the background, I don't know if you've seen it, but so I've just been spraying that in. So I've been on and off a couple of jobs today, so hence not all day on this one, but hopefully get tomorrow on it and get it rattled off. That's it, that's twice now at that. Twing ting, yeah, because of its powder coat, it'll have a big chip on it. Right. She's got some shorts on now. Right, I'll see you later.
Demon Performance Center, your trusted transformation experts. Visit www.demonperformancecentre.co.uk today or call now.